All right, somebody made a great point, and I want to thank one of my. I don't know if they're a subscriber or anything like that, but I want to make a point here. I've decided I'm not going to stop my channel. I'm not going to let people win. If these people want to spew hate because they don't understand, that's fine. But you know, somebody made an excellent point, and I want to bring this up. The sheriff of that area has not stepped in. Did you know that the sheriff has more authority than the federal government, and the sheriff can go down there right now and say, get the fuck off of our land, and the feds would have to listen? Guess what? No bloodshed, no need for aggression, no need for the corporate-owned media and prostitute whores of the government to spin it in any way they want. This is what I'm saying. Use the brain. I understand why people want to go there. This is not about me saying, oh, we should just let them run over us. And you can't say we need to defend ourselves. If people are going there with military-style weapons to go there in a heated area, you will be looked at and you will be forced to be looked at as the aggressor. That's not defense. Defense is being in your home and some cop or some government whore comes to try and get you, you have the right to defend yourself. But if you are going to an area with guns, you don't think the media is going to make you look like the aggressor? I'm blown away by some of the responses I got. You want to make this over like this? You want to protect that ranch? Call that local sheriff. Ask him why he doesn't have the balls to go and put an end to it right off the bat. He has the power. Sheriffs have more authority than judges. Anybody asking why that sheriff isn't doing anything? Is he bought off? Is he part of the government horse system? Is he just doing his job? So instead of getting a whole bunch of steroid-pumping, aggressive, trigger-happy people wanting to start a war and saying, oh, we're just being defensive, that's not defense. Have the Chinese or the Russian military come here with guns on our land and saying, well, we just want to defend ourselves. You telling me you wouldn't see that as a sign of aggression? But we could stop it like this if we use our head and say, well, you know what? Let's not attack the people that are trying to use common sense and trying to save the lives of many people. Let's call the sheriff who has jurisdiction over that area and has the power to tell the feds to fuck off and get away from that ranch. Anyone asking why he's not doing that? Because then nobody has to go there with guns ablazing. No one has to get shot. No one has to be labeled a terrorist. No one has to have the media portray them as evil. If somebody has the number to that sheriff, post that here. You want to do something? Sometimes the power of the pen. The pen is mightier than the sword. There are reasons like sayings like that have been going through history. They're trying to tell you that violence is not the way to solve anything. If you think violence creates peace, then how are you different from our governments right now? Well, we're over attacking the people in the Middle East because we know they may attack us, so we have to be the aggressors. It's working well. It's worked throughout history. Stop and think. Maybe this is why not everybody should be on the front lines. Everybody with their happy trigger finger saying, get ready. It's a revolution. It's a war. Maybe there has to be the smarter people that actually stop and think and see the consequences beyond what you're doing that second, looking into the future. Maybe that's why governments, they actually set themselves up 50 years in advance of what they're doing, so they make no mistakes. You want to fix this problem and do it right away? You want to be a hero? Go to that, instead of going to the ranch and causing a heated debate to be even worse, because you will be viewed as aggressors. I don't care what your intention is. That's how the media is going to spin it. Like it or not, this is the truth. If you can't handle the truth, then get off my channel. But instead of going to that ranch, go right to that sheriff's office and demand that he use his powers to kick those feds off of that property. Problem solved. Those who want bloodshed will get it. And if you want that, don't anybody dare preach about religion. Because if you think shooting a bunch of people when it's time to meet the maker that you believe in, and you believe you're going to be judged for it, you think they're going to sit there and say, oh, you murdered a bunch of people? Well, I guess you might have done it for good, So, go ahead. Go in. You're approved. And you call me a coward. Well, you know what? I'm not afraid to face the hypocrisy that I'm getting, the hatred I'm getting, the judgment I'm getting. I'm using logic. I'm using truth. If you don't like it, then you're part of the problem. So hate me all you want. When the simple solution is if you stop and think for 2 seconds, instead of saying, let's get a bunch of people with military-style weapons, let's go down to a very heated area, but we're only there for defending ourselves. Do you see the irony in that? Instead of doing that, say, why isn't that sheriff who has jurisdiction over the federal government not there stopping the problem like that? Ask yourselves that, you fucking hypocrites.